Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Charade Maniacs, continuing the common route leading into Akase's route, and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, so that's fun. Anyway, so we were just here. After that, we ate breakfast together as if nothing happened, and then returned to our usual schedule. After helping out with the cleaning after helping out with cleaning the kitchen, I was thinking about what to do from there. Then I heard Akase call out to me. Dina, have you decided on what you're doing today? Whatever you're doing, sweetie. No, I haven't. I was just thinking about planning for today. Then how about we go together? I want to go somewhere with you. I'm fine with that. Just don't try to smell me. You just keep bringing that up. Don't worry, I won't, so rest assured. I need to go get my things, so hold on. Don't try to smell me. He was half asleep. I think we can give him that at least. Smell? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I turned toward my bangle to gloss over it and started organizing the data I'd stored. I kept a diary and memos for all the things that I investigated, but it was getting to be a lot of information. Looking at it like this, there are so many things I don't understand. I received a message. The sender was Futami. Futami? I sent him it exactly. Futami? I looked around but didn't see him, so I wondered where he'd sent the message from. Then I opened the message to check it, and this was what it said. I want to talk about Akase. Please make some time at a later date. Uh-huh. Hold on. Sorry. Interesting. Knowing what we know, he's gonna try to make Akase look suspicious. Not saying Akase isn't, but I think Akase's suspicious is he's helping Iochi. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he does things, but like, here's the thing. Futami being the sponsor wouldn't know what Akase is hiding. He knows Akase is not the producer or the sponsor. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like the two of them, at least, the producer and sponsor, know who each other is. Who the other one is. You know what I mean? Anyway. So, but Futami's whole job is to sow the seeds of discontent, so. Interesting. See, and it's stuff like this. I feel like, again, if we had done it in the correct order, we would have been like, okay, at first, Futami seems like he's really nice and he's trying to help us out. And like, hey, I don't know about Akase, right? And then I feel like there's going to be more times where things come up with him and it's going to be like, why is he always trying to say everybody else is the producer or the sponsor? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like things like that are going to come out. Kind of like, again, like we saw Ibana's arm and Iochi's stuff with it. But you know what I mean? Like, there's little things like this that kind of hint at other character stuff that, like, would have maybe made Futami look a little more suspicious if you did it in the right order. Where maybe you would have been like, what the fuck is your deal? And then you would have been sus of him. Maybe I still wouldn't have thought he was the producer or the sponsor, but I think I would have been a little more sus than like, yeah, okay, he's here. He exists. So I do feel like, again, the way they arranged it and doing everything completely blind and the ability to kind of get some plot-heavy routes like that early on, it was just a bad game design, But anyway, it'll be interesting now as we go through the rest of it to see all the Futami stuff and be like, would this have... And it's hard to say, oh yeah, this might have made me suspicious of him. Am I just saying that because I know that we should be suspicious of him now, after the fact? Or like, it's like hard to tell. But I do think it's interesting, at least, seeing this, but now knowing what we know. But anyway, there wasn't anything else to it. I had no idea what he wanted to talk to me about. But it's about Akase? Could it be that Futami also saw Akase go out at night? Maybe he saw and that's why he's worried. He sees you hanging out with him and he knows you're into him, so he's kind of getting a vibe. He's trying to... Did Futami warn us against Iochi and Iochi's route? Was he like, well, I mean, I'm sure Tomose did because Tomose warns us about everybody, basically. That's Tomose's thing. It could be possible. If that's the case, though, there's nothing I can say about it. Akase said he'd tell the others once he confirms his theory. I didn't know how to respond. He said a later date, so it didn't feel like it was urgent. And I didn't know how I would answer him if he asked about it. What do I do? Anytime. I'll contact you again. I would say I'll contact you again. I don't think anytime! Anytime is like super friendly. Like, yeah, sure, anytime. I'm available anytime. That leaves it open. That's what you say to people you like, that you want to spend time with, or like, if it was, in this instance, Akase, right? Like, oh yeah, anytime. I'm here for you anytime. I'm open, I'm here. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I'll contact you later is like, yeah, maybe. That's a little more standoffish. And I feel like if we're trying to go down Akase's route, we wouldn't be like, yeah, anytime! Anytime is what we'd say to Akase, I'll contact you again, is anybody else. Like, yeah, you're not as important, you know? Hell yeah. Woo! Good for me. If possible, I hope it's after Akase confirms things, but I should tell him that I'll contact him again. I sent the message to Futami, and then Akase arrived. And I definitely wouldn't tell Futami, of course, I'm like, I definitely wouldn't tell Futami if he asks, like, oh, Akase went out the other night. I'll be like, yeah, I noticed. And I'm like, I have no idea, but like, it's not really my business. But like, she's not good at lying. And even if he were like, well, you know something, and I'd be like, again, it's not my fucking place to tell you. Not my information, not my place to talk about it. So, sorry, you know? And if you didn't trust Akase, I can understand you, like, saying something, but I feel like me knowing that Futami's the sponsor is more likely. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't tell him. But also, I feel like even if I didn't know, we're going down Akase's route, so my thought process is, no, I'm going to defend my boyfriend and keep his secrets. Because I'm trying to impress him, so why would I tell anybody else his secrets? I might trust Tomose with other people's secrets, because, like, the fuck is he going to do? Like, he's the only person I would 100% trust with other people's secrets. You know what I mean? Anyway. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's alright. So where did you want to go? It's a surprise until we get there. Let's go. You gonna take me to that flower field? Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's through here. We made a bit of a chit-chat as we walked. That is not proper English. That is a bad translation, Tim. I'm going to smack you on the nose with a rolled up newspaper, then you go sit in the corner and think about what you did. We made a bit of a chit-chat. Oh no, we made a bit of chit-chat as we walked. That still isn't, that's less worse than the way I read it. Okay, I have to sit in the corner because I can't read. But we made a bit of chit-chat as we walked. That still just sounds awkward, doesn't it? Like, you're like, what is it, like the 1840s? That doesn't sound so bizarre. It just sounds wrong. Anyway, the place we arrived at was an unmanned storage that I would never go to by myself. The storage? Yeah, it's a storage unit, but it's not just that. Have you ever opened the door inside? I like that. The storage? Yes, it's the storage, but you would say unit or something. Like, again, sometimes the phrasing in this just slaps you in the face with how kind of awkward it is. I haven't. What's in there? Well, let's open it. Here goes nothing. Also the point where she's like, I saw a message from Futami. I opened the message. Then I read the message. This is what the message said. And it's like, you don't need that much exposition. Like, I saw a message from Futami. So I decided to read it or whatever. And then like, you show the message. You don't have to like go through 32 steps. This is not a tutorial on how to read messages in text. Akase pushed open the door with vigor. And what we found there was... Pushed open the door with vigor. I'm not sure why that was necessary. Oh. Akase and I suddenly found ourselves in the middle of grassy plains with a refreshing breeze blowing by. Huh? How? I turned around to look behind me. I saw a space cut out in the shape of the door. The cutout showed the grassy plains ahead, and the storage unit from earlier was behind. What is this? Try touching next to the door. You'll find a wall. I did as I was told, and I ended up touching an invisible wall. It seemed that I couldn't go in the direction of where the storage used to be. Well, still is, technically. Is it showing an image different from what it's supposed to be? Like how it is outside?
I think so. I don't smell the grass or anything.
Right, I don't smell anything, but the breeze feels nice. I can hear my phone ringing downstairs. That's annoying. I didn't bring it upstairs because I was like doing something before and like I had my music going, so my battery was getting low. So I'm like, oh, leave it downstairs. I don't need it up here. But now I can hear it and it's annoying. I'm sure it's a spam call. Same fucking spam call that calls me 14 times a day.
Yeah, that sure is a nice wind.
I never knew this place existed.
I happened to come across it. It's a nice change of pace to relax, so I thought about bringing you here.
It was just as Akase had planned. Wow. Feeling the breeze and seeing the blue sky made me feel like I could forget about everything.
By the way, didn't opening this door feel similar to being transported for dramas? Feel like it might be the same mechanism.
You mean in the way they teleport or warp us there?
Yep. They always transport us by force for the dramas, but this door here is a key to that. That's why we end up in the grassy plains the moment we open the door.
I see.
Teleportation mechanism's still a mystery. I still haven't come up with a theory for how we get warped yet.
I mean, and all the fact that he knows all the information he's got in his brain about this does strongly point to Iochi's partner. Like the way he's I mean, I know we're the investigation team, but he's doing the extra bit. You know, anyway, I'd be surprised. I honestly would be surprised, but also not if Dazai's the partner. You know what I mean? Because I definitely think I lean more toward Akase being it. So if all of a sudden he's not, I'd be like, all right, then I guess it is Dazai. And I'd be shocked if it's not either one of them. That I really would be shocked about, but...
Hey, Sena?
Oh, sorry. I couldn't help but stare at it.
Yeah, well, I was the one who suggested we come here as a change of pace. It doesn't hurt to relax once in a while.
After saying that, Akase rolled onto his back in the grass. This is always where we go for the romance moments. Does it hurt?
Not at all. Feels exactly like lying on grass.
I doubted him, so I went and touched some nearby grass. It felt exactly as it looked. You're right, it does feel like grass.
I wonder where someone else said that the books felt just like the real thing earlier. It's a bit like that, but it's still weird.
See, so if I roll on my back too, it would probably feel good.
Why don't you lie down too?
Huh? But...
don't worry about this morning. That was because of lack of sleep, but I wouldn't sleep here.
That's not why. I guess... Then I might as well. Are we getting a CG? No, just the sky. I laid on the ground next to Akase, and my vision was tinted with blue. The sky was clear as crystal. The clouds changed shape as they moved. I couldn't believe that it was artificial. Beautiful.
Yeah, I know. When we go back, we'll be able to see this whenever we want. It seems so precious right now.
It sure is precious.
This feels great. I know I said I wouldn't fall asleep, but I just might. Yeah, I can't. I should get up before I fall asleep. Why did I oversleep today of all days? I guess you'll be more careful around me from now on.
Akase sat up, so I followed suit. Lying down felt good, but it was nice to sit and talk to each other like that. We started to hit it off in conversation. Started to hit it off? You mean more, because I think you've already hit it off at this point. What happened today was just an accident, right? You usually are early to rise. I thought you were a morning person.
I'm actually not a morning person, so I try to get up as early as possible. It solves the problem of oversleeping.
Oh, really? Well, that's admirable of you. I didn't expect that.
You didn't expect that? Hey, I'm always admirable.
Yeah, you're a natural-born leader. You're always kind and dependable.
I was joking. Sena, you're so kind.
I thought it was more like, you didn't expect that? And I was like, yeah, no, not the admirable part. I meant the being a not morning person. I didn't expect, like, that's what I felt like she meant. But we got it a little twisted and weird here. You always pat me on the head like that. Do you consider me to be a child?
I don't think you're a child. You're more like a little sister. You are younger than me.
And now my heart just broke into a million pieces. Little sister? I'm the eldest daughter in my family.
You always take the role of a big sister, so you don't have anyone you can depend on. I can easily tell you're overextending yourself.
I'm not. Well, I can't say that I sometimes don't. But is it really that obvious?
I can tell how you're just putting on a front and acting cheerful. I can tell, even if I can't explain it.
Because you do the same?
Wow, Sana. I was just sort of thinking the same thing right now.
Since we've been here, I've often come to admire how great you are. You're always so cheerful and optimistic. I felt like I would lose heart so many times. I wanted to be more like you, but really, you and I are more alike than I thought. You're always working on things despite being disheartened. I want to be more like you. I think that part of you is admirable. Kase closed his eyes after hearing me talk. When he opened them again, he gave me such a gentle smile.
You know, the reason why I wanted to come here with you, it's because ever since we were brought here, I think you're the one with the most stuff pent up.
Is that so? I mean, it is hard being the only girl here. I have to do all the romance dramas. God, it's so hard having a man harem. I mean, in this case, this one would be a pain in the ass because there's some shady douchebags here. You know what I mean? But in normal circumstances and fluffier games, it's like, I mean, gosh darn, it's such a problem having a man harem.
Yeah, there aren't any girls here close to your age, and there are lots of unexpected troubles. I feel like it's straining for you.
That's valid.
Getting your mind off things like this can make you feel more at ease. That's why I brought you here.
Sweet.
And yet, I'm the one feeling more encouraged now. I can't lose to you yet.
Huh? Is it a matter of winning or losing?
It is. Zane, I want you to smile more in front of me. That's why I need to become stronger.
Thank you, but...
Huh? Was something funny about that?
It's not that. You sound like a superhero.
A superhero?
You remind me of when that Hero of Justice drama was on. You acted like a superhero then, Akase. Oh my... Oh, wait. Oh, Hero of Justice was the drama we were in. I thought she was talking about the TV show that she watched with Tomose. And I was like, wow, that's rude. You're like, you know, Tomose always wanted to be that hero, but you're that hero. Oh, God, Tomose's rolling over in the gravy. We haven't even dug for him yet. Jesus. But the Hero of Justice was a drama we did here.
Nice. That's a big compliment for me.
I think that being compared to a superhero is the greatest compliment. Akase tilted his head in confusion. It was so sudden I had to ask him why. What's wrong?
Well, I think I was told that a while ago, but I can't remember when. I just thought about how I wanted to become like a real hero after I'd been told that.
It's okay. It's the people across the street and behind the house doing construction work. They're banging on. Somebody's banging on.
Birds with me. Like, you could hear like somebody banging on something. It could have been someone down the street or something. You know, it echoes. You hear it and he's just like, the hell? Anyway. Oh, really? Well, Akase, I think you're already like that.
No way. It's gotta take more than that.
We laughed together as we chatted. Akase's plan was a success as I felt much more relaxed in the moment. I got to listen to Akase talk about himself, and I thought about how nice it was. Akase then said something I expected could only come from him as we concluded our moment of relaxation.
Next time, let's have lunch here with everyone. I think that if we build a camaraderie, we won't worry about the existence of traitors anymore.
I nodded deeply to that. The breeze coming from behind felt nice. It gave me the illusion of smelling grass as we made our way back to the lodging. Aww.
Oh, welcome back.
Upon returning to the lodging, Haiji greeted us in the living room. The sounds of cooking echoed from the kitchen, informing me that preparations were being made. I'm back, Haiji! Are Abana and Iochi cooking?
Yeah, I cracked an egg with a knife and they chased me out.
Well, that's expected.
So how do you crack an egg? Do you know, big sis?
Ow? You just hit it against a flat surface, and once you put a crack in it, you pop it open. Or you crack it on the side of the bowl.
Oh, really?
I'll try it next time. Oh, he's just gonna smash that egg right on the fucking counter. Sure. If you can learn that part, I'm sure you can do it in no time.
I'll do my best. So where were you, big sis?
An alert sounded off when I was about to answer the interested Haiji. The Otherworld stream was going on daily, I didn't participate every single time, but I was getting used to it. That alert wasn't for me. Who is it this time? Oh. Stream status. Drama starts in 3 minutes. Stream content. Our Beloved Promise, Episode 9. Suspense drama. Cass, Hanamaki, Ryoichi Futami. I don't know why I can never... There's an I in there. Sarita, Mamoru Chigasaki. Ooh, Chigasaki and Futami. Uh-oh. Futami just arrived at the living room and mumbled to himself while looking at his bangle. Are you gonna fuck with Chigasaki? I really thought when it's like, oh, I'm not gonna be in it this time, I was like, it's gonna be Futami and Akase, just so we can, like, see something going on. You know what I mean? It's me. Right when I thought I finished getting some cleaning done. You sure are busy. Seriously. Seems that I'm with Chigasaki this time. It's a new drama. But Futami, I'm envious because you're such a good actor. You get a lot of points each time, too. You know! That should be suspicious. I mean, we know why. But it's like it's not, at first my brain was like, you get a lot of points because it's rigged. But it's like it's really more actually, you get a lot of points because you're a good actor. And we know you're a good actor, actually, because we trust you. And you're, like, so not trustworthy. I fell for it. But then again, to be fair, I had, like, one fucking route beforehand. So we really didn't get much of Futami to figure out if he was sus or not. But you know what I mean? Again, that's the hard part. Like, you know, you can't really tell. Okay, that's not true. Some people, I was like, you're just sus from the very beginning. But, like, Futami's one of those ones that, like Dazai, you don't really know much about him. You just kind of see a little bit surface level, so you think they're fine. You're like, you're probably fine, I guess. Like, I still am not really sus of Dazai in a bad way. But then again, it's like, we already know that Futami's the sponsor. We have to figure out who the producer is, but, like, hi, I already was on Kyobu is the most fucking sus person next to Haiji, lying about his age and all that shit. But, to be fair, Haiji does absolutely nothing aside from that makes him suspicious. Aside from that theory, there's really nothing. He's also kind of innocuous. Like, he's just there. You don't really, like, you know what I mean? So, like, again, it's really hard when you get a very plot-heavy route right off the bat that you're like, well, I didn't have time to really make all my theories too much more. And I could absolutely see if you weren't sus of Haiji at all because you're like, oh, okay, just dumb kid like everybody else. But exactly why I'm suspicious. And Gyobu's the most fucking sus person, but he's obvious sus. And you know what? We'll go down and he'll be like somewhere at the end and it'll be like, because he's a locked route, but then it'll be like, actually, nothing sus about him at all. And then it's going to be like, he's got to be hiding more than Futami because otherwise that ruins stuff. Like, then you get a locked route and you're like, nothing is exciting about you. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Iochi's route, Iochi works for the Intelligence Bureau or the Information Agent Bureau, whatever it's called. Anyway, like, that's not super spoilery, but it's still like, oh, interesting. Okay. You know, Tomose had nothing going for him. But to be fair to Tomose, like, he came with us. They had to have someone who's safe. The safest, most basic. And then, like, everyone's going to get a little more secrety, plotty, revealy thingies as you go. Like, Akase might be like, actually, I'm working with someone who works for the Information Bureau. And you're like, okay, that tells you really not much of anything. And it's not as spoilery, I guess, as Iochi working for the Information Bureau or whatever. But, like, you can't then have, like, you get toward the end and Futami's one of the last group of the first 6, find out he's the sponsor, and then you go to the locked routes and, you know what I mean? And then the people after him are, like, basic like Tomose. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So it's like, what is Gyobu fucking hiding? Are you a second sponsor? Does Futami only think he's the sponsor doing stuff, but you're, like, actually in control of stuff, but not the producer level? Like, you know? So there's going to be some kind of a twist there or so. Anyway. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm not as good as Banjo. Maybe we'll get the next reward soon. I don't know, think about what to ask for. Utami said that half jokingly as a voice suddenly echoed in the room. It was the voice of the director. Interesting. He never pops in.
With the numerous otherworld streams, I'm sure that everyone's gotten used to it now. That's why I'll have you take part in a slightly more typical drama this time. We had some requests from the viewers, too.
Well, we know the ice cream vendor was going to ask for punishment games, so.
What's with him so suddenly?
That's rare. Oh no, Chigasaki's going down! We've had numerous otherworld streams, but it's the first time we had an announcement like this. I know, that's why I was like, when she said the director, I was like, huh? A difficult drama?
Big bro Futami, are you okay?
I haven't read the script yet. Well, I'll have to do it either way. The one you believed in was the culprit, and that culprit is actively trying to murder you. Betrayal and murderous intent. What ugly and interesting human emotions. We'll have you two act it out.
It's so fucking disjointing how he just went black and then disappeared, but... As Futami read the script, he vanished as usual. Murderous intent? Meaning they're trying to kill...
I wonder what kind of script it is.
Haiji and I looked at each other. In any case, we just had to wait and see. Uh-oh. You know Chigasaki's gonna be the one that gets stabbed or something because Futami, we know. Kanamaki had lost his parents, elder sister, home, and job. He swore vengeance to try and find the culprit that did this to his family. But when he found the culprit, it was his elder sister's former fiancé, and also Kanamaki's best friend, Sarita. Oh my god, and isn't Chigasaki playing? They're gonna make Futami stab Chigasaki. The synopsis showed, and it stayed quiet for a while. Futami maintained his usual expression, but Chigasaki was completely pale. Yeah, because he'd probably getting stabbed.
What's wrong? You're not gonna talk, Sarita?
But the script.
Fine then, I'll start.
Futami began to act, his movements exaggerated for dramatic effect.
I've always lost to you. I'm just kidding. Super dramatic. I've always lost to you. You're smart, athletic, and have a lot of friends. But that's why I was able to give your marriage with my sis my blessing. But now, I wish I would have stopped myself even by force. It was all part of your plan. You're not going to defend yourself? Then I'll continue.
But there was no answer. It was obvious to anyone watching that Chigasaki had given up on acting in the drama.
Kill my sister, mother, and father and made it look like suicide. You then took over our company. You then cornered me continuously and waited for me to commit suicide. Who would have known that you'd do something so cowardly? It's no use. I can't do it.
He shook his head and hung it low, staring at the ground. I wonder what the script said. Oh, Chigasaki is going to get a punishment game. Remember, like, the ice cream vendor was like, oh, I want the punishment game. So the Arcadians, obviously, this is the request, and they're like, yeah, cool. And now Chigasaki is going to get punished. I'm kind of curious, though. Chigasaki's getting punished, but it's not... Well, this is, I guess, still technically the common route. We haven't quite gotten into Akase's route, so that could be pertinent to what happens in his route. Oh! There's a knife. Utami slowly walked up to Chigasaki and took out a knife from his pocket.
You were trying to stab me with this knife, weren't you? For example... You could say that after I lost my family, I attacked you with this knife, and then you fought back. And then you'd stabbed me to death by mistake. Be considered self-defense. That was the plan, wasn't it?
Chigasaki didn't say the character's name, but Futami pointed the drawn blade at him. It was a survival knife that looked lethal.
Just get with the program. It'll only hurt during this part. You don't have to worry about it. Besides, you're facing me right now.
With the knife in hand, I wondered what he would do next, but Futami gave the knife back to Chigasaki. In the script, it must have directed Chigasaki to stab Futami to death. Chigasaki, still completely pale, held knife in hand while Futami looked on with a brazen attitude. Well, we already know when we had trouble stabbing Futami, he stabbed himself and enjoyed it.
Go ahead and try. Kill me and try to get what you want.
He spread out his arms wide and blood dripped from his cut palm. His desperate look almost looked like lunacy to me.
See, this would have been important!
This is why, okay, again, this is my fucking gripe. Because the whole thing with Futami, like, then stabbing himself, and you're like, he's crazy. Where did that come from? But shit like this, you know, this moment where you're like, wow, his desperate look almost looked crazy. And you're like, that's a hint. You're like, yeah, it's a drama. But then when you get to that part, when you get to Futami, you're like, actually, okay. And in the drama, and he was always acting a little great. Yeah, okay. It makes sense. They were kind of painting this picture as you went along. But we didn't get this, so we missed all that. So it seems fucking disjointed. And aside from the whole, now we know who the sponsor is, and that ruins some stuff, it's more the Futami's route kind of, like, with him, like, yeah, actually, I'm dark and evil and, like, whatever, I'm crazy. And you're like, the fuck did that come from? Like, no hints of that whatsoever, because it's hinted in other routes like this. This kind of is painting that little picture for you. You know what I mean? So when you get to Futami's route and he does that, you're like, what the, you know, again, all these little pieces. So, like, yeah, no, going in blind, bad idea. Bad idea. Like, no. Awful idea when they structured the game this way. I don't think that they should have had, like, I understand not seeing a route order because it would be spoilery, but doing it the way it is in the Reddit thread where you only see each individual character, so you only know the character you clicked on and nobody else. That is definitely, like, was definitely the better way to go, because, like, but again, I mean, we're making the most of it, because, like, we know shit about Futami, and now we're seeing this stuff, so, and, like, I don't feel like, again, Iochi doing him first didn't bother me. Not who I wanted to get first, but I do think it was better than getting Ivana first, technically. But hitting Futami by accident was not good, and I think the game being structured where you could do that was bad. That's bad on them. But now at least I'm seeing where, okay, Futami's a little crazy. Alright, it makes more sense now. But you see, it kind of takes you out of his route when you do it. You're like, the hell, this doesn't make sense. So, yeah, alright, it is what it is, but I'm never going to stop complaining about it, because I just don't think they thought through how fucked up you could do the routes, and how messed up the game is, and how, like, certain things like this hint, and, like, doesn't make sense. So, anyway, I'm not afraid of pain or of dying. Don't chicken out now. Isn't that why you're here? Come on, stab me. No matter how much he tried to taunt, no matter what words he used, Chikisaki's expression didn't change. He dropped the knife loudly onto the floor. Sorry. I can't do this. I can't kill someone. The entire area became quiet, and I heard Futami sigh loudly. You're so dumb, you know that? Oof. Final confirmation. If you end the act like this, you'll be a target of the punishment game. Are you sure? Oh god, what's gonna happen? I don't mind. But please just spare my right arm. Just your right arm? That's got me interested. I thought you were left-handed. Well, anyway, anything but that. I'll offer anything else, so please. Interesting. Normally, the cast has no say in what's lost in the punishment game. However... Oh no, it's a Chigasaki CG and it's gonna be bad. Losing something you never want to lose would make for the perfect punishment game. Just think of the despair. I figured when he was saying, like, just not my right arm, and it was like, because he's left-handed, so, like, take my right arm, whatever. Like, if you had to lose use of one of your arms, you'd want to lose the one that's not your non-dominant hand, right? But then the director, knowing, I thought you were left-handed. So, like, was that a trick? Or was Chigasaki like, please just not my right hand? Like, because remember when we were like, oh, you're left-handed? He's like, yeah, something like that. So there's something going on with that. We won't figure that out till we get to Chigasaki. But okay. Stop. Anything but that. This arm is my treasure. I can't give you anything else. My voice. Oh, I can give you anything else. My voice. My legs. This arm is my treasure? I am so curious about Chigasaki's route now. Are you sure it can be anything? Even if it's your life? Well, I don't mind. Hey! Sorry. I'm sorry. But even so, Splendid! Can you imagine what the other world's stream points are like right now? It's wonderfully high, thanks to your desperate pleading. It would be a waste to have such a point getter ejected right now. I'll settle for just your left leg this time. Aren't you glad I'm such a kind-hearted director? In any case, the punishment game will be dealt as you requested. I have high expectations for the next stream. It's funny because now this is technically the second round. Now it's for us, it's what, the fourth? But like, so if you were doing it in this order and like, you know, going in to Mose then here, this is really dramatic for like being in the second round, but they didn't do anything like that. I mean, technically in Futami's, there was some stab. We had to stab him. He drove Akase into a dead end. Akase was like flipping out and whatever. But like, and so there is still some drama, but it's not like this where like, oh my god, another character gets punished. That never happened in any of the other ones. So like, it's kind of interesting that they bring it up in the second route where like, you're like, oh my god. And then they never, I'm not saying they never bring it up, but in some of the other ones, I guess maybe it's just, maybe they don't do it in all of them. But anyway, we'd all gathered in the living room without waiting for dinner time. Everyone looked solemn, and Chikasaki, who lost the use of his left leg from the punishment game, appeared there, helped by Akase. So sorry for causing this much trouble to everyone. Chikasaki bowed to us, but no one said a thing. I was the one who first spoke up. Here's the thing, you can still act with only one leg. I couldn't act with without a voice, so. I also got the punishment game, so there's no need to apologize like that. And if you do act out the role in the drama again, your leg will be able to move again. Sina. Yes? What is it? That's true. It's not like, well, actually, when anybody else got a dead end, we got enough points to get their stuff back. No, I guess that doesn't work with the punishment game. You have to do it. So he's gonna have to stab Futami. Never appear in that drama again. I'll never assume that my leg... I'll just assume that my leg can no longer move. I'll ask the Watcher for a cane or something. But just like how Akase helped me get my voice back, there has to be a way. It's fine. Sorry for being selfish. I'm in my room for today. Oh, you know that he's gonna stab Futami in his own route. You know what I mean? But like, we're still technically in the common route of the information team, so. Chikasaki, I'll help you to your room. Akase stood up while saying that, but I also went to Chikasaki's side. Chikasaki refused any help from either of us. Sorry, but right now, please don't touch me. Chikasaki put his hand against the wall as he shook his head. His usual smile was completely gone. Fine. Back on my own. Poor Chikasaki, he's so sad though. He dragged his immobile left leg as he moved slowly back to his room. No. As someone who also experienced the punishment game, I thought I knew how it felt. Seeing how stern Chikasaki was, I wasn't so sure anymore. I wouldn't want to act out killing someone either. I know how he feels about that. But why did he refuse the loss of his right arm like that? I don't understand. Yeah, I know, right? That's intriguing. I thought of this when Sana lost her voice. But he just loses the function of the body, and he doesn't actually physically lose it. His leg still looks the same as before. It's like his nerves are paralyzed in that spot. You sound so aloof about it. Chikasaki didn't want to kill you and took the punishment game. Well, that may be true, but I think he would have done the same no matter who it was. Yeah, I felt the same. Oh, ahem. It felt the same way to me. Chikasaki was awfully understanding of Sina because he truly understood her not wanting to hurt others.
In any case, Chigasaki's now just been removed as the potential producer.
Huh? Why are we talking about the producer now?
Considering his attitude, I doubt it. If I was the producer, I'd avoid the punishment game until the very end.
True.
Well, saying how dismayed he was, it didn't look like an act to me. Of course that's true. There's no way that Chigasaki is the producer.
And there's no point in getting so excited over it. It's a fact that the producer is among us.
It could just all be a performance. If he takes the punishment game, everyone might not suspect him anymore.
Just like if you pretend you're a child and know jack shit. Everybody thinks you're innocent.
You know, just like what we're doing now.
There you go again.
What did he mean by performance?
See, and then he acts like, I don't know what performance means. No fucking elementary school kid's that fucking stupid. Come on. Like, give me a break. I'll explain later. Like, he is it's like big words, but like you've been here like at least several days. You know what a performance is. You're not that dumb, but you're asking stupid questions like this. And everyone's like, it's okay, sweetie, I'll explain later. And you should be like, the fuck do you not know what a performance is? You've been here long enough. I understand day one, you're like, perform? You're like, yeah, we're going to act out stuff like on TV and movies. You're not that stupid. He's not 6. He's fucking supposed to be, quote unquote, 12. 12-year-olds aren't that goddamn fucking dumb. Okay? Come on. Come on. Why are we dumber than what we think how dumb the 12-year-old should be? Like, he's like, what is a performance? I do not understand. Okay. You are either fucking totally faking your age, or you're one of these goddamn aliens. One or the other. Pick one, but there's no way you're this stupid. Sus! There was no way that topic would lead to anything good. We talked about what to do from now on, but none of us could shake off the doubt. See, here's the thing. We know exactly how Chigasaki can act in that drama. It's like he's gonna stab, and then Futami grabs his arm and forces him to stab him, just like he did for us. But he's not gonna do that because, you know, he wants people to get dead ends. That's why he pushed Akase into one, right? So he's not gonna do that for Chigasaki because this is good. Chigasaki getting a dead end is good. He didn't want us to get one because he was kind of fallen for us. We were a special case. But, you know, interesting. Anyway. Moreover, we were all wary that we could be the target of the next punishment game. Those worries continued to spread among us. It's going to be interesting if they keep going this way. After finishing dinner, I returned to my room. I sighed. The melancholy lingered. To think about what to do from now on. When I lost my voice, everyone helped me. I have to help everyone in the same way. I have to find a way. I wasn't able to think straight for some reason, but I tried to force myself to. Then I heard something at my door. Yes? Who is it?
It's me. Wait, no. It's Akase.
I'll open up right now. I was feeling down, but that cute self-correction made me laugh. She's like so charmed by this boy. He is charming, so I get it. I changed my mindset and opened the door to find Akase holding on to something I hadn't expected.
Ta-da! Time for a pop quiz. Can you guess what this is?
It's a bag filled with... Are those fireworks? Fireworks? So yeah, fireworks.
Yep, fireworks. You got me thinking. It's summer vacation right now, so Sana, you'd have gone to the beach or mountains, right?
Yeah, we had planned on going on a trip, too.
You might have played with fireworks. Nah, you must have. Anyway, I had the bouncer get me some.
Is that the right time for this? I giggled a bit. Akase seeming to enjoy this so much was funny, and I had a feeling I knew what his goal was. Probably got it because everyone was feeling down.
Nothing wrong with it. If you have to worry about the timing of things, you can never actually go and enjoy fireworks.
You're right. Let's play with the fireworks then.
Alright, let's gather at the yard then. I invited the others, but they're all so cold. The attendance rate's in the dumps.
Haha, then let's enjoy it with just the two of us.
That's the spirit.
Plus, if we're in the courtyard and we're lighting off fireworks, people might hear and they'll look out the windows and then they might join. I'm just saying.
Well, so it ended up just being the three of us.
Thank goodness. Worst case scenario, I thought it was going to be just me. This is a good outcome for you. You sure are an optimistic one. So what kind of fireworks do you have?
I have sparklers, handheld ones, pinwheels. Oh, I also have rocket fireworks. I used to be terrified of, like, I mean, fireworks are dangerous, but, like, even as a kid, like, it'd be like, okay, you can play with the sparklers, and I'd be, like, holding it at the very, 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 very tiny, teepy bottom, barely holding as far away as my arm could go because I was afraid of them. Like, I hate the poppers. I hate the little snappy things that, like, you know, you just, the tiny little, they look like little bags, and you just chuck them, and then they pop, you know, poppers. I hated those because you asshole friends would always just try to chuck them at your feet, and they kind of snap and they hurt. I don't like that. I'm like, stop it! I don't like it. So I still hate those from that, but I like sparklers now. Like, not as afraid of them as I was as a child. Cause you know what you do in America on the 4th of July. You fucking blow shit up, and somebody inevitably loses a finger. No one in my family ever lost a finger, but you know, some redneck always loses a motherfucking finger. Lighting off fireworks when you're drunk. But that's what you do. It's the 4th of July, motherfuckers! Light shit on fire and blow shit up! And technically in a lot of places they're illegal, but you know, in Florida where I live, they're illegal, but it was one of those you could still get them because you just had to sign a thing. Yes, I'm mining. There was like a fucking loophole and it was so stupid. And then you just bought a fuck ton of fireworks, and then we lived on a small little cul-de-sac, and I think there was like maybe like 8 houses, so it was very small. And like the old guy next to us never came out of his house. The people across the street from him were barely around. Like, it's really funny because now I have no idea who most of my fucking neighbors are. Okay, that's not true. The guy on the other side of the alley, like there's a little alleyway between our townhouses. His name's Michael, and then the guy that lives on the wall that mine's joined with is also a Michael. So I'm surrounded by fucking Michaels. I'm pretty sure Michael's mother, who was visiting one time and I ran into her, mentioned that he also has a roommate named Michael. So I got a Michael, and a Mike. Like, what the fuck? I clearly live on the weirdest street. My name should be Michael, or I should change my name to Michelle. I was like, what the shit? Balls. But anyway. Kind of knew everyone on that little court, which is weird, because, like, I mean, I guess technically after we moved to New Hampshire, my parents kind of knew some of the people, but, like, I don't know fucking half the people on my hood. Like, who are the people in your neighborhood? Sesame Street, I don't know! You can't ask me that question. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. I'm an adult. I don't talk to strangers. Anyway, not the point. Point was fireworks.
I got a bunch of them. Oh, there's one that'll fall with a parachute.
Amazing, right?
Amazing. I'm actually impressed with the bouncer. Hey!
Dazai had started lighting up the fireworks and waved one in front of Dazai.
Aren't you getting a bit hasty? Don't point that at me.
I was trying to light up the one with the parachute. Dazai, can you put it down there and pull out the fuse?
Okay. I'll do it, so stop pointing that at me.
Hurry up! The fire will go out!
You lit it up all of a sudden, so don't complain.
Conversation naturally made me laugh. Right? Because boys are weird, remember? Woo, there we go, fireworks! I hope Chikasaki has a room that has windows to the courtyard so he can at least see them while he's being sad. We lit up the handheld fireworks while also viewing the rocket fireworks. A parachute descended down in the meanwhile, and Akase cheered. All right, I got the parachute.
What are you, a kid?
Oh, yeah. You may say that, but I see that you're lighting up so many at once.
I thought I could do like 6 at once.
Can I do the sparkler fireworks, or do you want to save those for last? By all means, have at 'em. I want to try 6 at once, too. Oh, you want to try 6 at once, too? No, he wants to be asking. Sorry. Then let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you're serious? Well, then let me do it, too. Wow, Cena, that fireball was huge.
Hey, mine's bigger. I'll light up 10 at once. Ah, shoot.
See, you dropped it. I had a feeling you would.
Hey, you dropped yours first. I don't want to hear it. We enjoyed the fireworks like this until we heard irregular footsteps behind us. Is it Chikasaki? You know, a lump and a drag and a lump and a drag. She said irregular footsteps. It is. Oh.
are those sparkler fireworks.
Yeah, Chigasaki, would you like to try?
I'll just watch from here. Don't mind me and go ahead.
Oh, I was just least hoping he could stare out the window in his room and just feel happy even if he didn't want to see people, but he hobbled out here. Oh, poor thing.
No way, we do mind. Here you go, Chigasaki. Huh?
Akase forced a sparkler into Chigasaki's hand. Chigasaki looked flustered, but still accepted it. This thing, do I just hold it like this? Don't know how to use a sparkler?
Yeah, you do. Oh, you've never done it before?
Oh, I don't do much with fireworks. Oh, really? That's rare. The sparks looked like petals of a chrysanthemum flower as they fell to the ground. After a while, Chigasaki takes a breath. Glad it didn't explode. It shouldn't explode.
I didn't even think of that. I should have mixed one that would explode. Sparkler with extra gunpowder.
Okay, now you're acting like a psycho.
You need a license to mess with gunpowder. Don't do anything weird with that. Seriously? I just combined the rocket fireworks with some handheld ones right now. Are you stupid?
Yes. Yes, he is! Kase and Taze look happier than ever. Right. Chigasaki, are you just gonna watch? I wasn't really going to join, but as I heard Akase continue to talk, I changed my mind.
What did I say?
That we're a team, so I'm not allowed to die on my own. You said that to me when you came into my room.
Oh, Chigasaki, you look like you were gonna die after the punishment game.
Sorry. I know that I'd cause trouble for everyone if I did die.
That's not what I meant. We're together here as a team, so we're not so cold-blooded that your death won't affect us.
That's right. If you're just concerned about causing trouble, then I'll get mad. Everyone helped me, and I'll return the favor. I spoke carelessly, and I'm sorry.
Everyone has something they cherish. And that's how you feel, Chigasaki. And that it can't be helped.
So how realized improvement I was after everything was over.
Chigasaki, do you have a grudge against the producer?
Huh?
First Sana, and now you got the punishment game. And the producer's hiding among the cast. Don't you want to find out who it is?
No. That was caused by my own carelessness. It's my fault for letting them take advantage of it.
Then you're saying the producer isn't at fault?
Or that far, but I just hate dealing with any conflict. I'm unwilling to even argue with anyone. Even if the other person's at fault, it's difficult for me to blame them. Aww, he just doesn't wanna, he's a lover, not a fighter. He's a little soft boy. Leave him alone! Leave our fluffy little cinnamon bun alone.
Is that how it is?
Yes. Even though it's true that there's betrayal involved, who knows what's behind it. No idea about any of that.
Even so, Chigasaki, you have the right to be angry.
Easier to just blame it on someone else. It can't be helped, but it feels so awkward right now. Fireworks were meant to have a change of pace, so I should... I really want to play with the fireworks more.
Yeah, right. Let's do it. There's a big one left.
Aww. Look at our cute little CG. We get the back of Akase's head, but oh, Chigasaki looks adorable. Daze looks kind of it's cute, but he kind of also looks like he's the dude that runs track and field at school. I don't know what you know what I mean? He's sports dude. There's one that can shoot 100 rocket fireworks. It sounds amazing. 100 shots. Can't even imagine it. Right? Akase, is it ready yet?
This one won't light up. Maybe the fuse is wet.
Hey, hurry it up. I'm gonna burn you alongside it, Akase.
Hey, I get the feeling you're treating me more like trash recently.
Ah, hot, hot, hot! Hey, that's lit.
Ah, burn my shoes a bit.
Oh, if you ask the Watcher, you can switch them for new ones.
Seriously? Lucky me. Wait, is that the problem here?
Well, it's strange how I've avoided them all my life. Never gone to fireworks shows? Yeah, I dislike going to noisy places. Oh, really? Then you can enjoy it from far away. There'll be one that's even flashier. Oh, please. I know. How about we go with everyone once we get back to our world?
That's a great idea. We'll gather up at a fireworks show back at our world.
What if it's winter by the time we get back?
Then we'll have hot pot. It'll be potluck in the dark.
That's a huge difference. The four of us continued to make merry with the fireworks. We burned down all the handheld fireworks, so I looked around. Maybe I'll do the rocket. I should rest a little. I'm gonna bet the rocket is for Akase, and the resting is probably for Chigasaki, because Chigasaki wants to sit away from the fireworks. You know what I mean? And notice that there isn't one. I mean, I would assume, but there's not one for Dazai, because he's probably the locked route then, because... I mean, I don't know why Dazai would be resting. But anyway, regardless, the rocket fireworks is probably Akase, so. Hell yeah, it is. So, this is it. This is the only choice that's gonna fucking matter. I guarantee you if we chose I rest a little, we'd go sit, talk to Chigasaki, and we'd get Chigasaki's fucking route. No doubt. I think this is the only choice that actually fucking matters in the routes. Because again, we did everything for Tomose. We only made that one fucking choice wrong, and we got Utami's route, so... The only thing the other ones are doing is kind of like you're spending more time with that character, but they really do absolutely nothing. Okay, I mean, that's not true. Maybe those... Well, but then they have those little ones where you get the little flowers. The fuck do those mean? Because this one... What do those mean? Actually, I wonder if that's like where a split happens in... No, because we didn't do it when we chose what group to be part of. Does anyone know what those fucking flowers mean? I don't know if anybody's told me up till now, because I'm way far ahead trying to get... Like, we're in January at this point, but I'm trying to get ahead and record enough as a buffer for, like, Christmas break and everything like that. So when I come back, I'm not like, ha, I'm 2 days ahead, fuck. So, we're way far ahead on this one, so... I think the other part ended in... I'm pretty sure this is sometime in January. I'm, like, really far ahead on this one. Ow, you're being a nasty bird. That's not nice, you don't bite. I looked at the rocket fireworks as Akase continued to light more of them. Right now. The fireworks illuminated the garden so much that I worried about the plants there. With so many sparks going about, it might burn the plants in the garden.
But there aren't any real plants here. Don't worry, they're just for show.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so let's party. Just forget all about your worries and have fun.
Worries? You have things worrying you?
Well, a little, but never mind that. It's just not like me to be suspecting others. I've decided to forget about it.
Forget about it?
Just don't worry about it. Let's just keep working together, Sana. Once we get back home, let's go to a festival.
What happened to the fireworks show?
They have those shop stalls out during fireworks shows. Not much of a difference.
You're right about that. I smiled at Akase and he smiled back. Whenever Akase smiled, it made me want to smile back. That sense of closeness was comforting, and it gave my voice and heart a spring. I also don't like to suspect others. I'm the same as Akase. I think I'm trying to achieve the same thing as Akase. In that case, it's okay to use Akase as an example, right? I thought to myself that I shouldn't have to hesitate at having such a clear example. There we go. Never! His thing is literally called Never. We're in Akase's route. So anyway, I'm going to stop here, and we will start the next part full on in Akase's route. I can't believe it. Guys, are you shocked that we got... No, I'm joking because we used a guide. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.